ever re-watch something as an adult and realize all the innuendos you missed? Or all of the risque puns that you can't believe slipped past the censor? Or maybe you watched it as an adult and they all still just totally went over your head because you don't have a dirty mind like all the rest of us, you sweet innocent summer child you. Well, we're here to enlighten you, and we apologize in advance if we ruin any childhoods on today's journey. Hi, I'm Jacob with channel Frederator, and we wanted to make you aware of some of the more filthy moments in your favorite cartoons. Some secret, some not so secret. So get that washcloth ready, cause this is 10 more dirty cartoon jokes you missed. Let's get started. Number 10, Bopping his BOPPO from Rugrats. In the Season 3 episode Give and Take, Tommy gives Chucky his Mr. BOPPO toy. Later on, the twins Phil and Lil comment on Chucky holing up in his room and they think it's becoming a problem. Phil tells Tommy that he thinks a kid Chucky's age should be out playing with his friends, not alone in a room bopping his BOPPO. Though on the surface they may have been referring to a toy clown, we know the writers were secretly referring to a different BOPPO. A sexual joke snuck into a baby's dialogue. That's gotta be a first. But it's not the last. Oh, what was that? Could it be foreshadowing? Number 9, Patrick confuses genius for something else from SpongeBob SquarePants. The Season 1 episode Texas showed the wit that the SpongeBob writers loved to incorporate and would continue to incorporate throughout the series. When Sandy decides to move back to Texas, Patrick mentions bringing Texas down to Bikini Bottom instead. SpongeBob gets a bright idea after hearing this and tells Patrick that his genius is showing. Patrick immediately covers his crotch area with his hands, even though he's wearing shorts, and he nervously shouts, "Where?" Guess he thought that genius meant, something else. But to be fair, he's a lot more well-mannered than we give him credit for. Number 8, the mysterious sausage sign from Hey Arnold. In the Hey Arnold episode, The Eating Contest, Grandpa is training Arnold for said contest, as it's his dream to see Arnold win and continue the family tradition. However, at one point in the episode, you can see a sign behind them that says, "Try my sausage," and it points into a back alley. I don't know about you, but I don't think that's referring to literal sausage. And furthermore, I don't know who'd want to enter that back alley contest. Number 7, Play Slug Magazine from Rocko's Modern Life. In the episode Carnival Knowledge, the character Slippy the Slug is reading a magazine in one scene. The cover shows a female slug in a bra and the title, Play Slug, which is of course a pun on the real-life magazine Playboy. Now this wouldn't be the first time Playboy was spoofed in a cartoon. Tiny Toon Adventures even did a similar gag around the same time. But when Slippy is reading the magazine, he also appears to be pulling his, lever. On top of that, the episode title itself is a play on the phrase carnal knowledge, which is an archaic euphemism for sex. And the name Slippy doesn't really help in this case either. Number 6, the spicy assistant from Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter fires Dee Dee as his assistant/sister in the episode Dee Dee and the Man and is forced to look for a replacement. After meeting with several applicants, he finally hires a pretty blonde woman with a rather, large chest area.
Yeah, that whole region.
When being directed by Dexter on how to act like Dee Dee, she plays it in a much more seductive manner, stroking Dexter's hair while asking the classic, "What does this button do?" As a result, Dexter has to go and take a cold shower. A reasonable response, but not one you really expect to see in a kid's show. Later on, when Dexter asks his lovely new assistant to dance around the lab like Dee Dee, her response is,
"Oh, okay, but it's $50 extra."
I mean, maybe at least it's an upgrade from her last job? And if you don't know what I mean by that, do your parents know you're on the internet? Number 5, Don't Touch Yourself from Ed, Edd and Eddy. This Season 2 episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy just went ahead and threw out a blunt message via bathroom post-it. In Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Ed, you can see post-it notes stuck up all over Double D's bathroom wall. They were put there by his parents as rules as well as labels to help him. If you read them, they say things like the words door, toilet, walk, don't run, and the extra special one, don't touch yourself. That's pretty self-explanatory. I want to hope Double D got the message, but I also don't want to think about it much longer than I have to. Number 4, The Flash's Love Life from Justice League. The Justice League episode Injustice for All Part 1 has a dirty joke in one of the Flash and Hawkgirl's conversations. In one scene, the Flash boasts about how he was able to put out a fire before the firefighters even stepped off their trucks. Hawkgirl comments, "That's fast," to which the Flash proudly replies, "Fastest man alive." Hawkgirl shoots back with, "Which might explain why you can't get a date." Savage. Takes the Flash a second, but he finally gets it too. Hey.
What's that supposed to mean?
Someone want to call the fire department back to take care of that burn? Number 3, Mom's Butt from the Loud House. In the episode The Loudest Yard, Mrs. Loud is trying to get Lincoln to exercise more, but he keeps sneakily finding ways to play video games instead. Eventually, she resorts to forcing Lincoln to do aerobics in the living room, which she also participates in. At the beginning of the scene, Lincoln seems a little too pleased by the view of his mother in yoga shorts, but thankfully it turns out he's just reading a comic he taped to her butt. Phew, that could have gotten real weird real fast. Still raises questions about how she didn't notice him taping a comic to her butt, but let's not think about it too much. Number 2, the phone sex hotline from Rocko's Modern Life. In the Season 1 episode Canned, Rocko gets fired and has to look for other jobs. He tries out a bunch of different new gigs that he finds in the classifieds, but none of them really work out. One job in particular has Rocko working a one-on-one phone line as a specialty phone operator. If you notice the sign in the back, it reads, "Remember, be hot, be naughty, be courteous." This pretty much implies that it's a sex hotline. And if that didn't convince you, how about him saying,
"Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby,"
and then being embarrassed when he and Mrs. Bighead on the other line recognize each other? Thank goodness they both immediately hung up. Naturally, Rocko's career as a specialty phone operator was dramatically cut short that day. And number 1, Tommy's screwdriver from Rugrats. In the episode Fugitive Tommy, the McNulty brothers wrongly accuse Tommy of popping their ball, and so they put him in a Chinese finger trap as punishment. The worst of all tortures. When attempting to escape, Tommy says that he needs something to poke through the trap, after which he puts his hand into his diaper, and you're now on an FBI watch list for clicking on this video. You're welcome. Okay, seriously though, he was actually looking for his trusty screwdriver. Like, a literal screwdriver. But I don't blame you for worrying that it was something else.
Oh, the misdirection in that one, it was too much for my feeble brain.
Once again, I'm Jacob, and thanks for watching 10 more dirty cartoon jokes you missed. Did you notice these when you first watched the episodes? What other dirty jokes and cartoons have you found? Comment below and let us know. And don't forget to click the bell icon to become part of our notification squad. We have new videos dropping every week, so make sure to subscribe to Channel Frederator, your cartoon central on the internet.